All right, everyone, we are back in HED 241. We are now on part B of the textbook, Descriptive Statistics. We touched briefly on descriptive statistics in part A of your textbook, but we're going to go into more detail now in part B. So the first part of part B is frequencies, percentages, and proportions. So that's section 6 in your textbook. Frequency. So frequency is the number of participants or cases. We symbolize frequency. It's an F. It's a lowercase f that's italicized. For me, the more common one I usually use and see is an N. It's a uppercase N that's usually italicized as well. So this means the number of participants, which is also used. So those two are used interchangeably. So please note that. Your textbook also uses them interchangeably. So know that the lowercase f that's italicized and the uppercase N that's italicized mean the same thing. They stand for frequency, number of participants. Think of them either way. For some people, it might be easier to think of them as a frequency. Some people might be the number of participants. So frequency, if a report says that F is 23 for a score of 99, then you know that 23 participants had a score of 99. The frequency on the test, it was an example of a test, you know that 23 students made a 99 on the exam. Percentage indicates the number per 100 who have a certain characteristic. So when we are saying percent, we're really saying per 100. That's the symbol for percent. I think probably a lot of you knew that, but just a quick reminder that that is a symbol that's used in your textbook, the one that I'll use. So an example of percent or percentage. 44% of the registered voters in a town are registered Democrats. From that, you know that for every 100 registered voters, 44 are registered Democrat. Okay, so all you know is out of 100 people. So for every 100 registered voters, 44 of those are registered Democrat. You don't know what those other 66 or 66% or 66 voters are registered. You don't know anything about them. You only know that 44 are Democrat. So how do you calculate frequencies? So let's use that example. 44% of registered voters in a town are Democrats. You convert 44% to the decimal form. Move the decimal 2 places to the left. Okay, so 44% is the same thing as 0.44. The town has 2,200 registered voters. To determine the frequency, the F, which is also in this case the number of Democrats, you would do this, okay? You would do this right here, 0.44, because you can't put this necessarily in a calculator, okay? I know some of these scientific, crazy, great calculators do it. Simply speaking, you're going to do 0.44 times 2,200, which equals 968, okay? So you know that in a town that has 2,200 registered voters and 44% of them are registered Democrat, you know that means there are 968 Democrats in that town that are registered to vote. Okay, so this is just the visual. That would be the 44 Democrats that are registered to vote for every 100 registered voters. Okay, let's do another example. Okay, calculating percentage. There are 84 gifted children in a school. Of those 84 gifted children, 22 are afraid of the dark. Okay, so what percentage of the gifted children in the school are afraid of the dark? You would do number of children afraid of the dark, which is 22, divided by 84, which is the total number of gifted children, which gives you 0.2619. Okay, to know that percentage, 0.2619 times 100 gives you the percentage of 26.19. You're going to know here, you're going to always just move this decimal place 2 places to the right. Okay. Based on the information given by the sample, if you ask 100 children from the same population, gifted, you would expect 26 of them to be afraid of the dark. Proportion. Okay. So 22 divided by 84 is 0.2619. 0.2619 is proportion of gifted children afraid of the dark. So remember, a proportion is a part of 1. The above statement tells us that 26/100ths of the children are afraid of the dark. Proportions are really, they're hard to interpret though, right? Like what does this even mean? So this means that 0.2619 out of 1 children. So we can't really think, that's a little bit hard. That's why we switch them to the percentage, like right here. Okay, so this is your proportion. You switch it to the percentage by calculating by 100, multiplying by 100. Okay, reporting F along with the percentage. So a news article says that 8% of foreign language students at small U are Russian majors. But what if you knew that F, which is your frequency, equals 12. So you know there's 12 students, but that is 8%. So 12 students study Russian out of 150 total foreign language students at small U. Let's take a look at this. Okay, so small U has 150 foreign language students. Big state U has 350 foreign language students. Okay, so when you look right here at this table, total number of foreign language students, okay, at the small university, 150. At the large university, 350. Okay, those that are Russian majors at the small university, you're in, which is your actual number of students. So you have 12 students that are Russian majors at the small U. The large school, you've got 14. But notice here the difference, okay? 8% versus 4%. Just because 14 is higher than 12 does not mean that there's a higher percentage, okay? So looking at this, who has the most foreign language students? So who has the most? The larger university has the most foreign language students, okay? They also have the most Russian majors, okay? But looking at the percent, who has the higher percentage of foreign language students who are Russian majors? You're small. Some of you may need to go back and re-watch what I just said. That's totally fine. Go back and watch that again. Okay, so section 6, these are the questions at the end of your section 6. Make sure you look at your specific assignment for this week and know what that is. If you have questions on this section, make sure you let me know. Make sure you understand how to calculate percentages based on frequencies or in, and know how to take a proportion from a proportion to a percentage. Okay. Also know how to take from a percentage to a proportion. If you have any other questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I will talk to y'all soon.